What is good, YouTube, man? How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday. We are here live, ready to kick off the pregame show like we always do every Saturday before game day. We're here to talk about what's going on within the freaking nation, within our team, ready to go before kickoff tomorrow at 1:15, 1:25, whenever it is against the Houston Texans. We've been saying this for weeks. Must win, must win, must win. At this point, they got to show it, and then we move forward. But you already know how we like to kick these ones off, man. Shout out to everybody who's already pulled up. We got TN in the building, my brother Graham in the building, SVT. Shout out to the members of the channel. For those of you guys who would like to become a member of the channel, you can. The link is there in the chat for you guys. We got the Autumn Win in the building. Shout out to my guys. How you doing? I'm doing great, man. I'm with the nation. We're talking about some football. Can't be better, really. Raiders for life in the building was good. Nation's Corner was popping. Mondo was good. My guy Mondo in the building. Patrick Galindo. Hey, Andy was good. My guy Pat in the building. Long time no see. Autumn Win is just glad to have you back, my guy. Big Worm was good. Raider fan, what's up? Andy was good. So we're going to talk about this injury report because we do got the latest injury report with all the guys on there. And shout out to my brother X. He will also be on air with us. He shot me a text. He said, hey, man, let me come on and talk some shit. So that's how we do it, man. He wants to come on, give his thoughts and opinions about, what's his name? McDaniel, Ziegler, and all the things that's going on within the first month and a half of Raiders football. So we're going to get my guy on once he's ready. Chris Yarman was popping, done with the bye week. Now time to get our season going. Bro, it feels like we've been saying that for fucking 5 weeks now, but I hope these guys can go out there, ball out. I hope they come with the same energy that they came against the Chiefs, but we just got to get it done and really wrap it up this time, man. Raider Lux in the building was popping. King Savage was good. Anthony S was popping, bro. Mondo says, what's the word, nation? But look, check this out. I'm going to pull this up here so that you guys can all see it. But this is the latest. I believe we're going to get another update today, but this is the latest and greatest on our injury list. Below it, I'm going to show what the Houston Texans guys are dealing with. So, Jayon Brown, he was on the injury report last week, and he wasn't able to play. He's one of our better coverage linebackers. He was limited in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's practice. Game status is listed as questionable. Thankfully, we're a home game this week, so this is no need to travel. So they do have that extra game or extra day to prepare for the game. Mac Hollins kind of out of nowhere, in my opinions. Mac Hollins, wide receiver. We know he's created a big role for himself on this offense with all the star powers that we do have. But Mac Hollins was listed with a heel injury. Funny enough, this man loves to be walking around barefoot and stomping shit out with no shoes on, man. So Mac Hollins need to put some shoes on because he is a game time decision. He's questionable for our matchup against the Texans. Then we got big boy Foster Moreau, the LSU man. LSU man. He is back. He was limited on Wednesday and Thursday, full participant Friday, and he is good to go. Then the man underneath him with Darren Waller, we knew that he basically wasn't going to play. He basically told that to league sources before the team could even put it out. So there's that. Hunter Renfrow is questionable with his hip injury. He was limited yesterday, so he does have today to really rest and see how he's feeling for tomorrow's game. Hopefully we can have Hunter back. That would be big news. And I do believe that Vinny B did say that he was on track to play this week. So there's that. Jermaine Illuminor was on here with an elbow. That didn't stop him. He fully participated Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. He's going to go. We had Dylan Chandler Jones on here. You can see right here, this is a veteran rest. He's good. He's going to get ready to go. He'll play against the Texans. Then we have Dylan Parham. He was up with an illness. Participated Wednesday, Thursday. Didn't participate yesterday, but he should be good to go against the Texans. So that's all the guys on our end. And the people that they're dealing with. Before we get into that, let me get the rest of the chat that's pulling up in here. Shout out to y'all. We're already almost 60 deep. Hit that like button. We got Docs Andrew in the building. Says, what's good? What's good, my guy? Damien, what's up, brother? From Raider Baby. Damien was popping, bro. They aren't streaming the game in my area. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm probably gonna have to pull up the game on like Stream East or something like that. But we're still gonna be live tomorrow with the watch party. You guys can pull up, hear the game play by play and all that kind of stuff that I'll be doing for you guys. You guys see my live reaction to all the bullshit that goes down. So yeah. Waller's a flake. Hey man, it sucks. What up, Andy? Just pulled up. I'm at Mexicali, Mexico. Anything new? That's dope, man. I hope you having a good time. I got tons and tons of family right there on the border in Mexicali. So shout out to my guy Omar. We already know that Raider Nation is worldwide, represented in Mexico. Shout out to my guy. We're just talking about right now the injury report on both sides. Raiders and Texans. We're about to get into the Texans one, man. You haven't missed enough. That man Hollins need to put some freaking Harachis on or something. Oh, Huaraches on. Yeah, bro. He need to put something on his feet, boy, because we can't be out here promoting no shoes and then you get fucking hurt on your feet. That makes no sense. But let's go over to the Houston Texans and what they're dealing with in terms of injuries. Defensive lineman Malik Collins, we know him pretty well. He had a stint here with the Las Vegas Raiders. He was listed with an injury onto his knee, didn't participate, but he is going to go. Brandon Cooks, he will go. Jerry Hughes, he will go. He was listed with a knee injury. Chris Moore, hip, he's questionable. Nico Collins will go. Here's the only offensive lineman that they may not be that they may be without. So that could be important right here. Austin, this is a guy that for them he's kind of in and out, but he if he can't go, hopefully our defensive line can really create some good push. Man, we got Brevin Jordan for them. He's questionable. Then Jonathan Grenard, he was not able to go. He'll be out for the Texans. So we got that out the way. We learned what's going on with our injuries for both sides, for both teams. So we'll see, man. Shout out from Hampton, Virginia. Shout out to my guy Kevin. We got Digital Prez in the building as well. Shout out to my guy. My girl's cousin is having her quince over here. Going to get fucked up, low. Be back till Tuesday. Going to miss the game. Hey man, if you need a website to watch the game on your phone, Stream East worked really well for me last week. I was behind maybe like 15 seconds, but at the end of the day, the stream never went down. So I'd say if you want to watch the game still, hit up one of those websites or something like that where you can watch it on your phone so you don't miss this week's game. But look, check this out, you guys. We talked about a couple of things yesterday on the live that we had. We touched up on a couple important topics, but really what I think we need to focus on going into this game, we have to look at two things, right? We have to look at two things. One of them is coaching, of course. We need to be able to have good coaching, which means, everybody is aligned properly, knows their assignment, and knows what to do. So that's coaching. We also need to have execution, man. Even if our coach has a good play call and one of our guys messes it up, well, there you go. The whole play gets messed up at that point. This man said meth streams, calm down, El Chapo Jr. This man, oh man, shout out to Prez promoting the meth streams. I'm weak, dog. But look, back to that coaching, right? We gotta get our coaching. We gotta get our guys aligned properly. We gotta make sure that we eliminate penalties because those are losing plays, man. Those are setbacks. Those are drive killers. We can't not get these guys penalties, man. We cannot afford that. I know that the Texans aren't the greatest of teams. They're not the biggest of opponents that we have faced. We have faced some great, great talent this season so far, but we cannot look past any opponent that we have, if I'm going to be honest with you. So at the end of the day, going into this game, there's obviously we know that we've got to continue to feed Josh. That's a no-brainer. But what I think we need to start implementing more is two things on this offense, man. Two things on this offense, and it's going to help everybody, right? The quick game. So we need to get screens going because that's going to help our pass protection because they aren't able to hold up as long as other offensive lines in the league. So we got to help them and they can help us. We got to get the screen game going, get the offensive linemen out blocking in space instead of having to go one-on-one with a lot of these guys. That should help. We should also be able to move the chains a lot better. On top of that, we need to get this play action going, right? I've been asking for us to commit to the run and also give a good dose of the play action. And we've seen last week or 2 weeks ago when we played the Chiefs, we had some pretty successful play action plays. One of them went for a 58-yard touchdown. So we need to keep that implemented because at the end of the day, when you have a hot runner, when you have a guy that's on fire like Josh Jacobs, it's going to make these defenses put an extra guy in the box, which means that's one less person guarding Foster, Renfro, Mac Hollins, or Devontae, right? So at the end of the day, you got to implement a play action. You got to implement those screen games. It helps everybody. On top of that, it gets that big play ability, man. So on offense, I really feel like we need to attack that. Their front seven is not the greatest, so we should be able to dominate the line of scrimmage. We should dominate the time of possession. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Nice hat. Just as my guy Mondo, he says, yeah, Stream East and Mesh Stream. Yeah, shout out to Graham. He came in clutch with the Chargers game. Cannot play down to the competition tomorrow. Exactly. I agree. It seems like sometimes we rise to the occasion and we really play at a high level when we play these top tier teams. But then it seems like these games that we should win, that should somewhat be a cakewalk, we always play down to the opponent. We get lackadaisical. We do these turnovers, these penalties. I 100% agree. Did you see if the Raiders game isn't going to be on TV in the Bay? I did. I mean, that's the effects of going 1-4, bro. Like no. I mean, I know that CBS is probably fucked up, or they're probably mad because they're gonna lose a lot of money. But that's what happens, bro. That's what happens when you don't win games. Let's see. That joined Crispy HD. What up, Andy? Shout out to my guy Everett in the building. But look, we're gonna continue. We're just gonna go over on the defense side of the ball. So on defense, we have had a good amount of injuries, but we're getting a few guys back, right? We've heard Anthony Avertt's going to be back. And obviously the biggest loss, the talk of the town, is that Nate House won't be with the Raiders for about a month, right? He won't be able to play for about a month or so. So with that being said, we got to have that next man up mentality. So Sam Webb, Amik Robertson, Tavon Campbell, if he gets elevated, all these guys need to be ready to go. They all have to be ready to go and play their best ball because guess what? We're going to be without our best DB for a month, which is 4 weeks, 4 crucial weeks. If we want to be able to turn this around, we've got to line up and attack. Like we cannot allow any team to sit back, dot up, and just carve up our zone when we're in zone. We got to win our man-on-man matchups. Of course, that is hard coming on the defensive side of the ball. That is a lot tougher task. It's a big ask. But we run the 6th most man coverage in the league, so we've got to be prepared for it. Rock Ya-Sin, Anthony Averett, they should be. Amik Robertson should be. He's been playing quite a good amount of snaps recently, although he didn't have a good game last week, in my opinion. I think that he'll still get the start this week into the slot. With Sam Webb kind of being that rotational guy and maybe Tavon Campbell going in and out, with also Trayvon Merrick probably playing a little bit of slot as well. Let's see. A lot of people saying this will be a high-scoring game on both sides. I don't see that happening, SVT. I just don't think that they have a high-powered enough offense to do that. So I understand Davis Mills is a serviceable quarterback and Brandon Cooks is a good receiver and Damian Pierce is a good running back. I just don't think that their offense is high powered enough to put up high numbers. I don't think that they get more than 21 points, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I think even 21 points is a little bit of uh, a little bit sucky when we're talking about the Texans, but it is what it is, man. I don't see it being a high scoring game. Shout out to Sharm in the building. I'm paying my tab. And it was good with my guy Kenny in the building. Shout out to my dog. But yeah, I don't think that this will be a high scoring game on both sides. I think that the Raiders really need to be able to come out there, put 4 quarters of football up, man. 4 full quarters where the defense is clicking and the offense is clicking. Because we were talking about this and stressing about this yesterday, man. When this team is clicking on offense and on defense at the same time, it gets real spooky for the opposing team, man, because there's no way that a team is going to be able to catch up with all the points that we would be scoring if both sides of the ball click, right? We've seen teams catch up because our offense just slows down and dies a miserable death. And then we've seen points like in the Titans game where which is a rarity, which we've only seen it once this season so far, but we've seen the Titans game, right, where they came out in the first half and they did whatever they wanted on the ground, which is not something that is, is not common for this defense. So we'll go out there and we'll try and put up our best ball, but it has to be a full game, a complete game, 4 quarters. Do you get the game? I don't. I don't know why. No, I don't get the game, Riso. I definitely do not get the game. They said fuck y'all in the Bay Area, so I'm gonna be watching it on a streaming website, or if they got it on one of my like subscriptions that I pay for monthly, like either Peacock or like Paramount, then I'll probably watch it there. Why didn't you go with Docs and the rest of the shield more to NY? Bro, these motherfuckers just pulled up out of nowhere. That shit was crazy. They just kind of all just did that shit. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't going all the way over there, bro. I ain't going all the way over there with fucking a day notice. I'm good. I'm good, bruh. What's up, Andy and Red Nation? Is grateful to have your knowledge and insights. And do you think Foster Moreau will be used a lot in this game? He has to be used a lot in this game, right? Last week, there was a point in time where we were down to Jesper Horsted as the only tight end available, right? That meant that Jacob Johnson was out there a ton. Like we have to use Foster Moreau. Did you dirty? No, hell no. They did not do me dirty. They were just like, bro, they just finna go out there. I wasn't finna do that. That's closer for them. It's not close for me. I ain't doing that. Nah, they definitely didn't do nobody dirty, Omar. But look, check this out. Foster Moreau has to be used a lot, right? Foster's a guy that you can use in the red zone. Foster's like 6'4", 6'5", so he's a big body target for Derek Carr. He's sure hands. He fights for yards. He could block very well, so that's a boost in the run game on top of a run game that's already been very efficient so far in the NFL this year. So exciting to see how the offense looks with a sure-handed tight end, something that we haven't had this season as of right now. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see Foster Moreau. I could definitely see maybe anywhere between 4 to 6 receptions for Foster tomorrow. So I think that that'll be a big part in the reason why the Raiders win, not because we need Foster Moreau to go off. We definitely don't need that, but I just think that it'll be very good for him to come back first week and ball out. That'll be a good boost of confidence for him. On top of that, you guys, he also wants himself a contract, man. He's also on a contract year, for those of you guys who do not know. So there's that. What do you think of the Niners going all in on a running back when they're the most banged up team in the league? I guess why they say bang, because they're banged up. Honestly, SVT, I don't really care what anything the Niners do. I think that it's pretty hilarious that they went out and shipped off 4 draft picks for an injury-prone running back. So that's the decision they wanted to make. I don't care. I could care less for the Niners doing that. Christian McCaffrey, I mean, we know he's a beast, but you don't ship off a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth round pick for an injury-prone running back. You just don't do that. Not in my opinion. You just don't do that. I don't think that that's smart at all. I don't think that that's smart at all. But hey, man, not my franchise. Never will be mine. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If I'm being honest with you. Yeah, it is BS. It does suck that they're not gonna put the game on national television. But at the end of the day, bro, we're 1-4. We've earned that. We've earned that. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Shout out to the birthday boy in the chat, man. Shout out to my guy. We got Brian in the chat. He says, today is my birthday, Andy. Salute. Shout out to my guy, Brian. Definitely did not have to do this, the dono on your birthday, bro. Appreciate you, my guy. Happy birthday. Everybody in the chat, give my guy, Brian, a happy birthday. We are celebrating him. Hopefully tomorrow the Raiders can get you a dub for a late birthday present, and we can get on the right track. Shout out to my guy, Brian, man. Happy birthday to our Raider Nation family, man. Let's see. We did against the Chiefs. What you mean? What you mean we did against the Chiefs? Happy B-Day, bros. That's right. Hit the like button. Shout out to SVT in the building, man. Always showing love to the channel. What? This man tripping. Block. 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 Chiefs are trying to get Burns how they want to first round. If the Chiefs are willing to ship off 2 first-round picks, I'm fine with that, bro. If the Chiefs are willing to ship off 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns, I understand Brian Burns is a hell of a player, but hey, man, they're not really in the best position financially to be going out and trying to ship off their draft capital, which is what they should be using. So we'll see. Yo, salute. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy Omar in the building. Mike says, happy birthday, Brian. That's right. Everybody in the chat, give my guy Brian some birthday wishes. Let's see. Use no tight end when Waller went down. Yep, exactly. Let's see. What the fuck were we just talking about? Thank you guys. Tomorrow we need a dub. Most definitely. Shout out to Brian, man. Shout out to Brian. But I don't know. I don't even remember what the fuck I was just. Oh yeah, if the Chiefs want to ship off 2 first-round picks for Brian Burns, I mean the Panthers would yet have won another trade in a week's time. So that'll be interesting to see if the Chiefs are willing to give that up. On top of that, I mean I know that they have a good amount of capital because of Tyreek Hill, but we'll see, man. Says it's showing the game in SAC tomorrow. Well, I mean, SAC is not the Bay, really. So I know that in the Bay, they're not like here, they're not showing the game. They're not showing the game. But yeah, if they're showing the game in SAC, that's dope. But usually it's on like Channel 5, CBS, or something like that. Salute Nation and Andy. And I mean, like SAC is not the Bay in terms of like geography of the fucking channels and shit like that. On the real, Andy, this should be an easy month of game, but can't really say anything too early because of the Raiders. That's exactly what I've been saying, right? Like as much as we want to, as fans, say, "Oh, this is the easy point of our schedule. We should win this. We should dominate. We should do this and that." We also shouldn't be 1-4. We also should be a team that's over 500. So it's for us, it is easy as fans to kind of get carried away and say what we should do and say what we should be. But ultimately, we've kind of been going opposite of that this whole season. Like this whole season, we should have beat the Chiefs. We should have, like, in terms of how the game turned out, we should have beat the Chiefs. We should have beat the Titans. We should have beat the Cardinals. We should have beat all them teams, but we didn't. We didn't because we found ways to lose. So we'll see. Any trades we pull off? Omar, I'd be interested to see if we do pull one off. I'd be interested to see what position we pull the trigger for. I don't think it's smart to pull the trigger on, guys like Nelson Aguilar. I know we've been linked to Nelly. To me, there's no reason why the Raiders would need to invest more money and more capital into this offense. Unless it's a top-tier offensive lineman and you're going to invest into a top-tier O-lineman, to me, there is no need we should have no problem moving the ball, scoring, and being a high-powered offense with what we've already invested into this offense. We have a very good run blocking offensive line. It's bottom half in pass blocking. I get that, but at the end of the day, we shouldn't need to invest any more money or draft capital into our offense. Whatever we want to trade for or invest in before the trade deadline, it should be on defense. It should be on defense because simply you want to make that split between the salary cap on offense and defense a little bit more closer to 50-50 as possible, right? Right now, it's like a 70-30 split. So it's very, very unbalanced. We have invested so much into the offense, and it seems like our offense is the last super fucking underwhelming, if I'm being honest. We all know what should happen, but we know what this team is. Exactly, Brandon. Exactly. Salute egalitarian. Shout out to my guy in the building. Let's see. We always find a way to lose, so I'm not saying shit is always easy. Exactly, Sin. Exactly, bro. Come on, man. ESPN says we're favored to win 12-14. I mean, damn, bro. Like, I'd be really, really happy if our defense held them to 12 points. But at the same time, I'd be super disappointed if this offense only put up 14 points in this game. Like I would be happy overall because we got a win. If that was the outcome, ultimately I'd be happy. But there should be no reason why this team shouldn't be scoring over 28 points a game. And I'm saying over 28 points. So, oh my God, that'd be really, 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 really fucking weird. Oh, 12-14 wins? Oh shit. Well, that would be dope. If we went what 13-4? 13-4, that'd be cool. And you just go to Vacaville to see the game, some good sports out bar. I'm gonna be live here for you guys, so I won't be able to do that. I'll be live here doing a live play-by-play, live reaction review of the game tomorrow here on this channel. So if you guys want to check that out, hit that sub button, hit that little notification bell, so you guys don't miss that. But I'll be live here, so I won't be traveling anywhere. I'll just find a way, and hopefully, with the more games we win, they'll put them back on TV, and I wouldn't have to do that. Did you get the invite to New York with the Shieldmore? Yes, obviously, of course, of course. I was just not gonna go out there. It was really last minute. Y'all know Grav, man. The man is impulsive. When he gets an idea, he's doing it. So that was kind of super last minute. And he kind of did that. Happy early birthday as well to our brother Graf's wife in the building. I know she's obviously not here in the building, but happy early birthday to her. She's gonna be spending time out there with Graf, of course, and Hammer and Wasted, all them out there in NY. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Using 5 wide receivers with a shaky offensive line is not a good idea, especially knowing that Carr is not a mobile QB. Hey Brian, you're preaching to the choir, buddy. I know I've been saying that for the very first time we went out in the 5 wide. I think that it's pretty stupid that you would go and say, okay, we're playing musical chairs with our right tackle. We don't know if he's going to be good, but you know what? We're going to force him to go one-on-one and go in a 5 wide set with an empty backfield with nobody to help him. I mean, you're preaching to the choir, fam. I hate that fucking 5 wide shit. It's not a good recipe at all. Anyone going to the game, see there. Shout out to my guy LV in the building. If anybody's going to be in Vegas, shout out to LV. Hit that man up, join him, and y'all have a great, fantastic time. Let's see. They got us winning the next 6. ESPN got us winning 6 straight, so that would put us what? 7-4. That would be a much nicer record than what we're looking at right now, and I would absolutely love that. Do you think Graham's system has been working? The Giants been balling. Do you think it's the players over there or the coaching? It's absolutely both. I mean, Brian Dabble, for me, in terms of a head coaching candidate, that was my number one guy. I always wanted Brian Daboll. In my opinion, I was like, there's no way that you don't see what the Bills are doing on offense and you don't want to go and get the closest to that. That was my number one guy, and my number one defensive coordinator, a realistic option, was always Gerard Mayo. But if we're talking about Patrick Graham, I think Patrick Graham's defense is doing what it should be doing. It is getting the offense the ball in positions where they should be scoring a lot of points. It's getting the offense the ball in the opponent's 50 in their half. It's getting the offense the ball with the last drive of the game in an opportunity to win it. I think that our defense has been doing what they should be doing, but at the same time, when I was talking about yesterday in terms of this defense and all this kind of stuff, if you just take a time, right, you take time to look at this. Our offense is the one that should be winning us games, not our defense. Our defense is out there and they're doing their job. Our offense is the one that has, I'll say it again, a $121 million quarterback, a $141 million receiver, a $30 million receiver, a $60 million tight end, a $60 million left tackle. So our offense, we've clearly invested most of the money on the offense. So they should be winning them. They should be winning this team those games. There's no excuse on why they shouldn't. Shout out to my guy Cash Lord in the building. There's no excuse to why they shouldn't be winning those games. I think that the defense is doing their job. I think that, of course, they could be doing more. But if we want to look at defenses around the league, like the Buffalo Bills, well, guess what? They've invested in Trey White. They've invested in Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, a first-round corner, Kyer Elam. They have Ed Oliver. They invested in Von Miller. They have a very, 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 very good defense for a reason. They've invested in that. Our offense, we've invested so much, and we have fucking 11 touchdowns on the season. Like, that is literally fucking pathetic. We are 5 games. We have played 5 games, and we're saying that our offense is only scoring 2 fucking touchdowns a game. That is pathetic. Like, that is pathetic. So, Kevin, I understand that the offense is number 6 in scoring. For that number right there, go ahead and thank Daniel fucking Carlson, because this offense is cheeks, man. They don't get it going. So at the end of the day, when we see those stats like, oh, our offense is number 6 in scoring, cool. We have 15 fucking field goals and 11 touchdowns in 5 games. That means that our offense is only good for 2 fucking touchdowns a game. That's pathetic. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable, man. I don't want to hear that this offense is this or this offense is that. When this offense is clicking, it's dangerous. But they don't seem to click. I like to blame the fucking coach because he's the one calling the plays. And Derek Carr has simply said, I'm going to go out there and do what the coach says. So what that means to me is he's doing what he's being asked. But at the same time, you also have to blame Derek because you can't just be a fucking robot and do whatever you're told. So we'll see. We'll see. And you have a strange feeling that we win, but it will be on a defensive play and score 24-21. However we win, I'm fine with it as long as we get the dub. As long as we get the dub. The other players that are injured might be hurt, but Waller testing the Raiders at this point, it is what it is. Andy, the Raiders need confidence. Anything short of a blowout or at least a 2-score lead is a disservice. With the Waller out, we need everyone on point. Facts. All that offense in DC still can't have 3 TDs this season while Andy Dalton throwing to third stringers and throwing 4 touchdowns. Hey, man, good players get it done, right? So I completely agree with that, Cash Lord. Like, there's no reason why this offense shouldn't be clicking at all. At all. We've invested more into this offense than the fucking Philadelphia Eagles have invested into theirs, and their offense is better. So I don't want to hear any of that. The offense is pathetic because the head coach and QB think the Cowboys winning with a backup quarterback. There you go. You got to find a way to win. Got to find a way to win. That's what good teams do. Every game we've lost been on the offense. Facts. Thank you, Cash Lord. I mean, we're all agreeing here. Our offense has had the ball in their hands with the last possession or second to last possession of the game in every single game that we lost, and they have came up short every single time. Every single time. This defense has done their job, but our offense doesn't deliver. The one game that our offense delivered and scored the amount of points they should, which is the fucking 30-point mark in today's NFL, we won. We won. Fucking offense just hasn't done their job, bro. Hasn't done their job. Has not done their job. We can't let Kelsey score 4 touchdowns. That D looked mad sus that day, but offense does need to click with all that talent. And guess what, AJ? Even with that being said, the defense still gave us the ball twice to end the game, and we didn't do shit. The defense is continuously giving the ball back to the offense, and we're not doing shit with it. It's simple. Our defense needs an interior push, and our offense needs better play calling. That's it. There you go, Graham. There you go. We can do a lot better at scoring touchdowns. Yes, execution is the key to scoring. Of course. I mean, touchdowns is how you win games in this league, bro. Like you can't be out here with a 70-30 scale on difference in terms of investment and cap, and your offense isn't doing shit. And you have 11 fucking touchdowns in 5 games. Like, what is that? 2.1 touchdowns a game? Like, bro, it's pathetic. Or 2.2 touchdowns a game. That's pathetic. That is really, really pathetic. Like to say that this is on the defense is just wrong. It's on the man calling those plays, man. It's going to take a few off seasons to add the players that fit the defense schematically. In my opinion, that shouldn't fucking matter, Kevin. When you're investing so much money into your offense should be winning you games. It should be winning you games. So that shouldn't matter. We shouldn't need to hear that we need to wait X amount of seasons or off seasons and add this amount of players. Nah, man. We should be winning now. We should be getting the results now because of the amount of money that we've invested, with the capital that we have spent on offense. It still's not working. Not working. I'll tell you one thing. The best investment that we have on this entire offense that we've made recently was Dylan Parham. Facts. Defense gets an INT in our own 30-yard line, and the offense still can't score. Cash Lord, you know what's crazy on that drive? We ended up fucking punting. We ended up punting on a fucking pick that Deron Harmon ran back to the 35-yard line of the opponent's half, and we ended up punting in that drive. And I want to fucking be told that this defense is the problem? Fuck that, man. Fuck that. Not to mention McDaniels doing onside kicks, stupid. Fucking going for 2, stupid. Throwing fucking bombs on 4th and 1, stupid. Like, it's just fucking dumb, dude. McDaniels, as of right now, this is how much power McDaniels has. If McDaniels cleans up his play calling, he literally will be credited with the success of this team, because we know that with better play calling, this team is going to go far. And I mean very far. But if he continues to do what he's doing, I'm also going to give him the blame for fucking everything that's wrong with this offense. Because you don't lack anything on this offense besides a right tackle. But even with that being said, you still have a top 10 run blocking offensive line, and your team is still able to get downfield. You are simply not scoring points. So guess what? McDaniels is the reason why this offense is not being good right now. McDaniels should have been the reason why this offense should have been number 1 in the league in scoring, but we're not. McDaniels is the reason why we're fucking 15 field goals and 11 touchdowns. That's the McDaniels is the reason why that's our touchdown to field goals ratio. So come on. McDaniels got to clean it up, bro. He's got to clean it up. He literally can become the fucking hero and the villain. Right now, he's the villain. He still has that chance to become the hero if he just cleans up his fucking play calling. Play calling needs to get better. Clock management needs to get better. Situational football needs to get better. And guess what? It's all due to one guy. fucking McDaniels. McDaniels. You don't see me really blaming this on Illuminor or Thayer Munford or Derek Carr, even though Derek Carr played very poorly the first 2 games. You don't see me blaming those guys specifically. No, I'm blaming the coaching. I'm blaming the staff. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. McDaniels literally has the fucking future of this team in his fucking play call sheet. If his offense goes down there and scores, our defense is going to be good enough to go out there and get the defense or get the offense back out on the field. So we'll see, man. Chowder, bingo. No reason the Lions should have a better offense than us. There you go. There you go. Number 6 in scoring, we will improve. Players have to execute. That stat, again, is such, to me, it's such a fucking annoying stat, man. Because a number 6 offense in the league shouldn't have more fucking field goals than touchdowns. It's pathetic, bro. I don't want to hear, like, that stat to me is so fucking irrelevant, man. It is so irrelevant. So irrelevant. Yeah, you're 6th in scoring, yet you're kicking more fucking field goals than scoring touchdowns. You have 11 touchdowns. You're averaging 2.2 touchdowns a game, yet you've invested $500 million into your offense. What? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I hate that. Hate that shit so much. Such a fucking, oh my God, I hate that stat. Andy, we need to run Josh and Zeus at the same time. Well, that's literally impossible. There's only one football, but I understand what you mean. I think you mean to run like a dual back set where both of those guys are in on the field. I agree. I 100% agree with you, Taz. I think that you need to have a split back set where you have Josh on the right and Zeus on the left, or vice versa, right? One of our best plays of this season was when we were in a dual back set with Josh Jacobs lined up at fullback and Zamir White lined up at the I. And guess what? We ended up getting like 20 fucking yards on that play. It is pretty simple, man. You've invested into fucking 1,000 running backs. You're not using them. You've invested into all these weapons on offense. Time to scheme them open. Time to be a good coach. And guess what? At this point in this league now, when you're playing, everybody's fucking good. Everybody's good. Everyone. So there's going to be times where nobody's going to be open. But what separates good coaches from great coaches is that one can scheme their guys open even if they are physically unable to get open, and the other one's just going to accept the fact that their guys is better than ours. I don't want that shit. I want the good coach. I want the great coach that's going to get our guys open regardless. Zeus doesn't juke or spin or cut. Motherfucker just runs into a defender. Hey, man, I think that Zeus needs to get more reps before we can start critiquing him. Because, I mean, Zeus is a good player. Misleading stats versus number 1 seed competition. What do you mean, Mr. Marty Mart? Andy, I don't want to see Carlson on the field tomorrow unless he's kicking the extra points or kicking off, period. Facts, Ray. And he's a rookie that we drafted in the later rounds. Still can't be overrated. White is not ready yet. Yeah, I mean, if he's not ready yet, then he's not ready. We've also, though, invested in Britton Brown. What's his name? Amir Abdullah, Brandon Bolden. So we have other investments, right? If you don't want to put Zeus out there, great. If you don't want to put those guys out there, you've invested into fucking other 50, 100 backs. Use them. Mariota out here getting NFC Player of the Week. I'm sick. Mariota did ball out. Dendada says, if we lose tomorrow's wraps, that's a fact, man. There's no way that you come back from 1-5. And I'm going to just be watching the games as just a disappointed fucking fan at that point. Yo, Andy, read this comment. Think about this. Josh Jacobs, 3 is 3rd in top 5 in rushing yards after the bye week. Run the ball. Facts. Andy, do you know if DJ Turner is playing tomorrow? So what we heard from our head coach is that DJ Turner is a day-to-day guy. DJ Turner is ready to be activated off of the IR. Anthony Averett will be activated tomorrow morning off of IR for the game. But with DJ Turner, he is still dealing with that high ankle sprain that he caught in week one on kickoff. So what I will say is that DJ Turner, from what our coach mentioned, is day to day. He's day to day. Shout out to my guy Rick Glenn in the building. He always drops some good knowledge on this. He says, "Now that six weeks have gone by, what do you think our record will be for the next 6 games?" Honestly, Rick, it's hard to tell because you look at it on paper, right, and you say that, oh well, yeah, we should beat Texans, we should beat the Jaguars, we should beat the fucking quarterbackless Saints, we should beat the Indianapolis. Like we should beat all these fucking teams the next 6 games. We should. But like I was saying earlier, we should have won at least 3 of these last 5, and we didn't. So it's hard to really say. The fan in me is going to say that we're going to go 6-0 these next 6 games. That's the fan in me. What the realist in me has to see us perform tomorrow and perform at a very high level for me to even make a prediction where I can say that we're going to win more than 2 of those games. So at this point, we've got to come out with the same tenacity that we came out against the Chiefs. This time, we've got to finish the ball game. We've got to play 4 full quarters of football where I'm talking about the play calling stays consistent and it's not sporadic and it's not fucking run, 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 and we commit to the run and then we come out of half and then we do pass, 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 and keep fucking punting the ball for the next 2 drives. That isn't sustainable. So the fan in me, Rick, wants me to say that we're going to go 6-0 in the next fucking 6 weeks. The realist in me knows that that's probably not going to happen if we keep playing football like we did for the first month and a half of this season. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I really don't know. I know that all 6 of those games are super winnable, though. Extremely winnable. Extremely winnable. And like I promised you guys earlier in the chat, we got a fucking Josh Jacobs agent in here himself.
Yes, sir.
The man that is fucking stuck by Josh Jacobs through thick and thin. What's good, X?
Man, what's going on with it? I hope I ain't missed too much, Andy, out here at San Jose City. Seeing my
Yeah,
little pro players first to get the team start his first game, really.
that's dope, man. That's dope. Congrats to the little bro getting that start. But look, man, right now we were simply just giving a quick rundown um on what we've seen so far, right? Me personally, I think that there's there's the main reason why this offense isn't kicking off, scoring 30 points per game. And that's because of Josh McDaniels. And I know you're not the biggest fan of him, so I'll just let you sound off on what you want to talk about. Go ahead and sound off on it, X.
Check this out, Andy. This is what the season. This is how it started off. We started off going the wrong direction when we said we wanted to go the Patriot way. We are not the Patriots, my bro. We are the Raiders, man. There was no reason for us to do the Patriot way. That was goofy for us. I'd rather for us to stuck with our lab with the interim coach. I'd rather us stuck with Versace than go with McDaniels this year. McDaniels is like, I want to say, in the last 40 games, like 7 and like 33. Like, dude doesn't know how to close a game out. He's a loser. He's been a loser. He's an offensive coordinator, and that's okay. That's okay, but you're not a coach. So no, I'm not a fan of the Patriot way. I'm not a fan of Ziegler, and I'm not a fan of McDaniels. On third and one, you got a running back averaging 6.7 yards per carry, and you turned around and you threw it once, and then you threw a bomb after that with 1 yard to go. A running back averaging 6.7 yards per carry. Then he tried to convince the whole Raider Nation that it was okay to go into the season with Leatherwood and Parker as left and right tackle. Bitch of the year and bitch of the year runner up. Like there was no way we were gonna win with that, bro. And it killed me that the whole Raider Nation really believed that, man. They really got behind
Oh, there we go.
got behind that. I didn't understand that at all, man.
Yeah, and
I
and I knew that you were always super adamant about fucking Jermaine Illuminor. There's no way that we should be doing that. I know that we both, you and me both, weren't the biggest fans of Andre James coming off his first half of football last year. He was getting hold, but hey, he's turned it around quite a bit, and he's really leading that offensive line in terms of run blocking pretty damn well. But I have to ask you this. What is your complete and honest takeaway from this defense? We've introduced Patrick Graham. We brought him over. What are your thoughts of him?
I don't right now. I just think I don't know if we have the players to fit the scheme, to be honest. I
Okay.
don't know if we have the players to fit the scheme. And for some reason it seems that we don't address the problems that's right in our face. Like we need a three technique. You signed Nichols. You spent money on Nichols. Nichols is a bust. That's a Ziegler problem though. You went
Well,
out. You got rid of Ngakwe. You signed Chandler Jones. He's invisible. That's a Ziegler problem too. You you
so
you you bring in Brown. You bring in Brown to be a coverage linebacker, and he's invisible as well. That's a Ziegler problem as well.
he was hurt, but yeah.
All these guys that we brought in are not. I mean, for the system is not working. It's not working at all. Instead of bringing in like a Jamie Collins that knows the system, or Trey Flowers that could have been our three technique, you bringing in guys that are no name and they are continue to be no names. They're invisible guys. They're not studs. They're not here
So
to play.
so my thing with Bilal Nichols is that he's not getting PT. Like they're giving his reps to Kendall Vickers, which I highly disagree with. I don't think that that's smart. But yes, I do believe that we could be lacking a few pieces schematically. I know that I was begging and begging and begging for a nose tackle like Limbaugh Joseph. We didn't get that, but
No.
thankfully though, what's his name? Andrew Billings has stepped up in a massive way. So
Yes.
I'm gonna give him his flowers there. It seems like we're still on the search for that pass rushing defensive tackle. For whatever reason, we saw that we were willing to part ways with Yannick to upgrade the secondary. We were willing to part ways with two top tier picks to add Devontae, but it seems like we're not able to part ways with more picks or a player in order to fix a massive need that we've had for about the last 5 years on that interior defensive line. We all love Denzel Perryman, but we can also admit that we could use another linebacker.
Yes. He's
Or if we're not gonna invest capital or money into that, I mean, go ahead and give the young guys a chance, right? You have Darian Butler, you got Luke
yeah.
Masterson. You could give those guys a chance as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think that our defense overall has done enough to the point where we should have been winning these games. We should have been winning these games.
We've been in every game, and I feel like McDaniels has kind of fucked us in every game too, though.
Every single one. You got the
We every
you
game
got
with that.
yeah, you got the onside kick, you got the 2 point conversion, you got fucking what was it? You failed the 2 point conversion against the Titans, against the Cardinals. This motherfucker just decided to go five wide galore. And then the Chargers game was probably really the only game that I can say that was closest outside of this last week to our best performance. But the Chargers, I mean, they are star studded, right? They have a good player at every position when they played us. And they just got the better of us that game. It
I,
is what it is.
I feel like that was our only clear cut loss. Other than that, man, this whole season we've been in
Yeah,
every game. You're up 23. I mean, you're up 20 points
yeah.
against 20. How many times did Josh get the ball? Wait a minute, not even that. How long did it take the light to come on and say, "Hey, Josh is the best player on the team. Let's give Josh the ball." I
Yeah.
seen Brandon Bolden in. I seen Zamir White. Hey, look, matter of fact, did you remember when I was pounding the table for Tariq Woolen? And then we turned around and we drafted a running back that we actually don't need because we have a top 5 running back sitting in the backfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's a Ziegler problem too. Like we lose games in March, in April. You lose a lot of games February, March, April.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't sign the right players, bro, you cannot. That's like cooking pizza without sauce, bro. It just doesn't work. It's
Yeah,
not a pizza. You have to have all the ingredients. If you bring these guys in that's not that they don't mix, we can't win, bro. And that comes from head coach GM.
facts. Do you think that because look, there was a few players that we could have literally gone out and signed, right? When what's his name? Logan Ryan got cut. It seems like we didn't do anything to go get Logan Ryan.
We didn't even
He,
try.
we just let him scamper off to the Buccaneers. When Danny Shelton, he came in, clearly didn't like what he saw and fucking dipped. There's been a good amount of people that they've cut over there in New York that we've just shied away from. Now, the only person that we did bring in was Blake Martinez, which I agree, but it just so happened that Denzel Perryman healed up a lot quicker from his concussion than what was expected. So you can't really take away Denzel Perryman's reps. You gotta have Denzel Perryman out there, but I think that for us, is pretty fucking simple. You've got to give Jacobs the ball a lot, and at the end of the day, Jacobs has continuously got the ball because he's running hard and he's the hot hand. But we've talked about this a little bit. Jacobs, in the chance that, God forbid, in the chance that he gets banged up, we still got to commit to the run because ultimately our offensive line is still opening up those holes, right? Our offensive line is still creating those running lanes and those cutback lanes. It just so happens that Josh Jacobs sees the game at a completely different level and he sees cutback lanes that he shouldn't and he fucking picks up those yards, right? Rookies, they're going to develop that. So Britton Brown, he's hasn't even played, but Zeus, right? I'm talking about committing to the run, not just committing to Josh, but we got to just commit to the run as a whole. Split those carries with the young guys, with Zeus and Britton Brown. I mean, clearly Brandon Bolden doesn't have it. Um, I don't know what's wrong with Brandon Bolden. Amir
But
Abdullah,
but
Amir
on the
Abdullah should
Brandon
be
Bolden train, he's the only running back signed through next year. He has the contract, not
yeah,
Josh. Brandon Bolden does
yeah,
because he's a Patriot guy. Like when was he ever good? I don't remember.
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, come on now. Like we have to make more sense of this shit, and that's not making sense of it, to be honest. That's
Yeah,
not. But I don't listen. You know I'm pounding the table for Josh, but I don't want to see Josh get the ball every fucking play either. I
yeah.
know Josh is my favorite player on the team. I know Josh. Josh won't last a whole season if you keep giving the ball like that.
And this is why I think it's extremely important that when we say to commit to the run, we mean commit to the run, not just commit to 28. Because 2A, he's gonna ball out when he gets his touches. We've seen that. But I think that we need to see um, different formations as well, where you have Josh in the game and you have Zeus in the game at the same time, and Josh doesn't even have to get the ball. He can just kind of be a fucking eye candy for the defense to kind of take their eyes away from Foster or Renfro or Devontae, and you can just do what you need to do. But I think that our team is too good to be losing these fucking games like this.
Hey,
Um, go for it.
you know what? I'm a little bit worried about. Like Winfro didn't take the offense. He didn't. It doesn't fit for Winfro. It doesn't fit. He doesn't. He looks lost. He doesn't look like he looked. He looked more free with Gruden, and he made more plays. In this offense, I don't know, bro. It don't look good.
Yeah, I think that I don't know what's going on with that department. I mean, obviously he's missed a good amount of games. But here's my thing, right? A lot of people were questioning on the involvement in tight ends in this offense because we were expecting tight ends to go fucking crazy in this offense. But in my opinion, McDaniels has schemed a good amount of plays for our tight ends. It's just that our tight end Darren Waller decides to drop fucking 50 touchdowns,
Hey,
and
he dropped. What was that? The Tennessee game? Like
yeah,
people blame Carr. He threw an interception in zone. Waller dropped three
yeah,
touch
he took three
back,
touchdowns, not three receptions, three.
three touch. The,
Yeah,
the ball where the pass he got in the way of Adams, he dropped that. the wide open touchdown, he was like 50 yards up the field. I'm talking about this is an easy touchdown.
Try to one hand that shit like a dumbass.
Then he was scared of that hit when he threw the. He didn't want to take the hit, and I'm like, bro, I feel like Waller got his money and he doesn't care anymore.
It's very possible. It's very possible. I think that the involvement, we'll see tomorrow. I think that Foster Moreau he's a more secure catcher. He's not afraid of contact. He'll run through you, and he'll fight for those extra yards, which is something that Waller doesn't.
Hey, look. The Texans have gave up one receiving touchdown all season, bro. One.
Texans?
The Texans only gave up one.
Yeah.
I'm not for everybody that think, oh, these guys are just trash. We're just gonna go here and go blow their ass out. No, they have an actual decent pass defense. So right now it's gonna be Josh or we go home with another loss. And I'm not trusting Josh McDaniels because he just cannot win a game.
Well, here's my thing. I think that'll change tomorrow. I think that we'll probably end up leaving with like fucking 3 passing touchdowns or some shit. But because
Carr been off. He been on some decent amount of passes. I don't know why.
That's what I was saying, right? And I got a lot of backlash for it earlier on in the season where I mentioned that I felt like Derek Carr was regressing. And I think that it's pretty clear cut if you look at the stats in the first month and a half of football. His completion percentage is the lowest of his career since his rookie season, which was at like 58 or 54. So he's not the same Derek in terms of accuracy right now. But what I will say is that I don't really mind the whole they've only gave up one receiving touchdown because when Denver came to town, they were the number 1 ranked defense. When we went to fucking Arrowhead, they were like the number 2 or the number 3 ranked defense. So I don't mind all those crazy stats because I know that our offense is great when it's clicking.
But
McDaniels clearly just fucking stalls out the offense.
No, I feel like he thinks he's the smartest man in the room. Seriously. In a lot of different situations, he's the smartest guy in the room when you just do simple shit to win the game.
Well, this is why I've also given Carr some backlash this season because I feel like when you pay a quarterback $121 million, you're not paying him to be a robot and do everything that the offensive coordinator tells you to do. You fucking do what you need to do to get your team a win, right? So if your fucking coach sends 11 guys out there and tells you to fucking pass the ball 2 times in a row when you need fucking 1 yard, as a quarterback, you need to take command of your own offense with your guys out there, and you need to change the play.
You what?
Gotta do that yourself. And right now, we're seeing too many bad play calls, and we're also seeing our quarterback just go along with it. And as a leader, he shouldn't do that. So I think that it can go both ways. I still will blame a lot more on our head coach than on DC, but DC is not doing the same. His accuracy is lower than it's ever been since his rookie season, and there's moments where we all feel like we can do better, but at the end of the day, we just got to execute.
Hey, look. Do not get me mixed up or get my words turned upside down. I am a Carr supporter and a Carr fan. I just know my boy. Yeah. I know he's not playing. He's not playing up to par. But he's not an over accurate quarterback. That's not him. He's a good quarterback, not great. I understand. That's my quarterback though. Yeah. I'll go into war with him anytime.
Right.
Anytime. I want Carr. But you know what? I do this college football stuff, man. And I've been looking forward. I've been watching something, man.
Yeah. Well,
Caleb Williams from USC. I don't know if you've seen him. But man, it's different.
So different, I guess we got some news here. Anthony Averett activating, wide receiver also activated. We've released Tyron Johnson from the practice squad, and we also released Albert Wilson. Okay. So T. Billy is out of there. In my eyes, I fucking am praying that this means that Bryce Cosby comes back because Bryce Cosby was released from the practice squad, and I was absolutely fucking hurt.
Yeah, Bryce Cosby dirt in the preseason.
Yeah, I was hurt when Bryce Cosby was released, so I hope that Bryce Cosby can come back. Looks like T. Billy's time as a Las Vegas Raiders was very short lived. So I hope he goes and finds a job elsewhere. You never want to see a man without a job, but we got to go out there and do what we need to do. So we'll see. How can you blame the coaches for drops, false starts, missed assignments? Dude, you sound silly. I mean, dude, if we're saying that the coaches are doing their job right now, I mean, we could also say that you sound silly. I mean, when your coach goes out there and decides it's a good idea to go for a fucking 2-point conversion, when your coach goes out there and says it's a good idea to kick a fucking onside kick, when your coach says it's a good idea to pass the ball 4 times when you have a top 3 running back in the league, when you're up by 20 fucking points, we can also say that the execution on the coaching is fucking stupid as well. So, I mean, our coaches are not fucking helping. At times, yes, our receivers or our tight end, Darren Waller, is fucking dropping the ball. That comes with the game of football, though. But these guys are coaches. They are not players. They're coaches. They're coaches. So their job is to fucking coach. Their job. Yeah, exactly. So when we're talking about this kind of stuff, yes, drops are going to happen. Yes, a coach is going to make a bad decision. But when it becomes a problem is when you're 5 weeks into the season and your coach is still doing the same bullshit, or your player is still dropping those passes. Then you have a problem. We found out, yes, Darren Waller has a drop problem. We are all killing Darren Waller for it. Why is nobody holding this fucking coach accountable how he should be? He is not doing what he needs to be doing. On top of that, those false starts, those penalties is a direct fucking mirror view of your coach. That means that it's not being stressed enough.
That's a Patriot guy. A Luminor is a walking penalty.
Yeah.
It's the coach to say, "Hey, let's take him out. let's take the guy out of the game because he's costing us something." You know.
And penalties is a reflection of your coaching as well.
Yeah. But I mean, but at the same time, though, you can't blame McDaniels for Patrick Graham either, though. That Patrick Graham shit that we played a shell against Arizona. We let Kyler run all over us. Like, why?
Yeah. I thought that was very dumb. And if for those of you guys who want to watch,
you're when you're up that much, right? You're up 20 something, right? You have Diablo. Like, why you didn't just spy him? Like, do you know they never spy?
Well, that's what I didn't understand, right? And I was losing my shit on live watching the game. I was like, there's no way that each third fucking down that we were in, we didn't have one person on the field accounting for Kyler Murray. That makes no sense. You've got to make Kyler Murray make that tough throw. If he's gonna make that tough throw every single third fucking down, and we've got to say that he's 100% on third down, I'll take it if that's how we fucking lose. But like that just means that guess what? A great quarterback had a great game, but we simply didn't account for him, and we let their best weapon make plays. So I mean, Graham could have done better. But on top of that, when your offense has 3 fucking points in the second half, it's embarrassing. It is unexcusable. So or inexcusable, and it's unacceptable. That's right.
Shout out Raider Nation for slapping the taste out of Kyler Murray's mouth after that. Shout out Raider Nation for slap. That looked like the real Raider Nation. Slap the taste.
That was an Oakland Raider fan right there. That wasn't one of them wishy-washy. That wasn't a wishy-washy Vegas fan right there, bro.
Hey man, it's a lot going on right now this year, man. I mean, we got the third most cap space right now left.
Yeah.
Season.
Yeah. And we're not going to do anything with it.
We got Sue there. We got Darren Williams. Darrell Williams. We got Sue.
So take both of those names out. Sue and Darrell Williams. Take those fucking out. Those aren't happening. Who's your top guy that you would like to see the Raiders? Jamie Collins. Didn't he sign with Oh no, he didn't. He came in for a visit.
Jamie Collins.
Yeah.
That's my guy right now. That's 100 my guy.
So someone here wants to ask you a question. He says, if not McDaniels, who would you hire as our next head coach 9 months ago? My answer for that was Brian Dabble, and then our defensive coordinator would have been Gerard Mayo from the Patriots. That was my top two candidates. I would have taken either one. I would have definitely taken Gerard Mayo as a defensive coordinator. Brian Dabble was always my number one option. I know that a lot of people wanted Harbaugh. I always wanted Dabble.
I wanted Harbaugh or Flores.
Okay.
I wanted Harbaugh or Flores. I was even good for keeping Bisaccia. I was good for keeping Bisaccia. But
so you never were like, okay, McDaniels, sure.
No.
Okay.
No. I never was a fan of it. I don't like the Patriots.
Yeah. Of course.
I don't like the Patriots. I don't like the Patriot way. If you look at their drafting, they've been I'm talking about blowing picks for years. For years now, and you said this is the way we need to go. No.
Bisaccia's a great leader, but he's no head coach. Bisaccia is a great leader, and I think I think it was good that the Raiders didn't go with Bisaccia because I think that Bisaccia wouldn't have known where to start in terms of hiring a offensive coordinator, and he wouldn't have known where to start in terms of hiring a defensive coordinator. I think ultimately we did good by letting Bisaccia go and continue to put his name out there and be great somewhere else. I think that I don't think that we would have been in a worse situation with Bisaccia. I'll tell you that much. But at the same time, in terms of now and the future, I don't think that Bisaccia, we would have won many games with him.
I just feel like they played harder with Bisaccia. I feel like Bisaccia didn't outsmart his own self. I don't put a twice,
Yeah, he says McDaniel's playbook's trash. Graham makes no adjustments. Graham, what I've noticed outside of the Titans game, Graham calls a phenomenal first half, and then it seems like each time we go to the fucking locker room, McDaniel's is like, bro, we got this shit, and then he's like, just do X, Y, and Z, and then it seems like Patrick Graham doesn't have the full range to do what he needs to do. Because if you look at it, right, when our defense didn't have a good first half against the Titans, our defense looked great in the second half against the Titans.
Look. He adjusted good against that Chargers game too.
Patrick Graham is a good defensive coordinator. I'm gonna leave it at that. He's a good defensive coordinator. He needs more pieces. We need to invest more into his defense. That's what we need to do. We have fucking one player making over fucking $50 million on this defense, and that's Max Crosby. And then on offense, we got fucking Waller making over 50. We got Colton making over 50. We got Devontae. We got.
Oh, don't forget you missed out on Chandler Jones. He's getting a good sack there. He's getting a good bag over there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but don't forget that. Like I said, we need players to step up. We have 8 sacks. Max has 6. We have no other defensive lineman with a sack on this team.
Isn't it crazy that with the bye week, Max Crosby is tied for first in the league with sacks, and with the bye week, Jacobs is third in the league in rushing.
But they're that good. I asked a question the other day, right, to Raider Nation. I said, who are your top 3 Raiders? I got Josh, just based on because he's the motor to the car. He is the motor to the car.
Yeah.
And I have Max. And then I got Devontae. Devontae is so skilled. It's different, man. I'm not going to lie. Hey, I don't want to make blasphemy. I don't want to say stuff that don't make sense. I'm a diehard Tim Brown fan. But I promise this is the best receiver I've ever seen in a Raider uniform. I never seen.
I would have to disagree with this one simply because we have Max. He says we have no players on defense, period. Max is a playmaker. Now, the difference with Max and the person that sounds like Max, Khalil Mack, because they love to compare the two, the difference is that with Khalil Mack, he would have timely sacks. Like, Khalil Mack would get the sacks when it mattered the most.
Game.
Yeah,
Closer.
He would close the game out. He would get that strip sack. He would get that fumble. Max, that interception, that pick 6 on Cam Newton. Max isn't there yet. I think that Max maybe could get there one day. I think it'd be a big ask, because prime Khalil Mack is a fucking Hall of Famer. Like Mack is a Hall of Famer.
Mac is
So
all-
so I think it'll be tough. I would say that we have one playmaker on defense, being Max Crosby. It would be nice though if we
Don't
had
forget Nate High. Don't forget Nate
yeah,
High.
of course,
Don't
but
forget Nate High. And
oh
my boy Abram came to play this year.
yeah, he
Hey,
did.
we talked about trading this dude, and I understand. Dude's not great in coverage, but dude, to me, right now, is the best line we have
Yeah, for sure.
right now.
Um, he said, Raider Reaper says, I was pounding the table for Brian Dabble. Look at New York. Coaching, baby. We are better than New York in terms of player for player. They are better because of coaching. And that's why I'm blaming the coaching for the people in here that want to fucking disregard that and just blame our players. That's why I am blaming the coaching. Shout out to Jamal with another one, man. He says, I'm talking about in the secondary. Okay, that makes sense. But Nate is becoming a playmaker in the secondary. He hasn't solidified himself like that yet, like how Max has. But Nate he's that dude. That dude is nice, bro.
Hey, we talk a lot about players like Waller not stepping up and Chandler Jones not stepping up, but like it was a lot of fanfare for Morig, and Morig hasn't done anything.
Well, Merrick, that was the second game of the season, and I mean, he was injured for quite a good amount.
Hey,
But yeah,
dude's been injured or invisible for his whole career so far.
well, I mean, he was in that fucking post fucking safety where he couldn't do shit
And
besides
he,
just fucking take.
he's not Javon Holland.
Here we go.
He's not Javon Holland. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, Javon Holland plays inside the box, so
Yeah, but he makes plays.
yeah.
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 Career.
Deron Harmon needs more playing time. Deron Harmon is a guy that I will always be comfortable with in the back end.
I want to
Trade
say,
Waller for Nelson Aguilar. Are you fucking crazy?
hey, look, and then that was another one, right? That was another one. When I heard the Aguilar rumors, I said, "What is he going to play? Right tackle? Or can he rush the passer?" Because I don't. I mean, other than
Look,
that,
I think the main one that I've kind of set in my head that I think is a no-brainer trade, and you could, I'm pretty sure that you'll go with it as well. If it was just player for player, one guy for one guy, and you trade Darren Waller to the Washington Commanders for Deron Payne,
no,
you wouldn't do that?
no.
You're crazy. What about
No.
Jonathan Allen? What about Jonathan Allen?
Yes, I would.
So you would trade for the older guy,
He the better guy though.
but he's older.
Look, Deron Payne is a nose tackle.
That's
That's
fine.
stop the run. Josh Allen can get after the passer. I'd rather have him.
So you would take the 28 years old, you would trade the 29 year old for a 28-year-old.
Yes. It's
But
one
you would,
year.
okay. I would trade for Deron Payne.
I would take Payne though, but the Washington don't want him, man. For Waller is still a top 3. He has top 3 potential. I ain't gonna say he's top 3 right now because I don't understand what's going on, but he has top 3 potential though.
Yeah.
That's top 3 potential right now.
Then Dada says, where are you getting the news that we released T Billy? It's on Twitter, my boy. I think Benny B was the one that announced it. Here, let me put it up for you guys.
If you want your news, go to Twitter first. Twitter gets everything first.
Yeah, always. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Vinny B put it up here for you guys that you want to see it. These are the recent moves that the Raiders just made. Vinny B says Raiders moves today. Activated cornerback Anthony Averett and wide receiver DJ Turner from the reserve injured list. Activate Javelin Guidry from the practice squad. He's ass. What's it called? We released Albert Wilson. We also released wide receiver Tyron Johnson from the practice squad. So there's that. I don't like Javelin Guidry, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he sucks. I think that we should go out there and just get Bryce Cosby. That's what I think.
No, look. I'm gonna tell you just like this. Dude came from, I want to say, TCU. Dude is a scrappy corner. He's not bad. He's just not great. Like, you know, it's over for getting a great corner. We let Rhodes sign with the Bills for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, we missed out on that window. That window's over with, man.
Hey, 808 says clean up your mouth, boy.
Who? What? What's going on?
I don't know. I think he's just saying about the language. You know,
Oh,
people like to be the curse police.
yeah, yeah. I ain't
But
worried
and
about
the age thing sound like a game breaker. Yeah, no, for either one of them, I'll take Deron Payne or fucking Jonathan Allen. To be honest with
it. I
you.
take him right. I take him right now. We need a D tackle. Like we really need one.
Yeah.
But I feel like like I've been watching this year's draft class, right? I've been watching them real heavy, and you can get nose tackle, but you can't get three technique. You're not gonna get a pass rusher. I can't say the guy's name. The only pass rusher I've seen that's really good besides Carter, because Carter's a top 5 player, is his name is what's his name? His name is Lee Two. Lee Two from what's the name? From USC. I want to say number 49. Dude's an amazing pass rusher.
Yes, Blake Martinez is on the active roster. Yes.
Blake Martinez can't cover his grandma. Can't cover his grandma.
That's a fact. But look, man. Look, this is what I'm gonna say. We seem to agree on mostly everything. I don't think that we've disagreed on one, if I'm being honest with you. Is there any like last hints or whatever that you want to throw up in there for the Red Nation?
Trade for Shaq Thompson.
Trade for Shaq Thompson. He's not the same linebacker he once was. He's still a baller. What are you trading away? And we'll let you end the show, X. You give us.
Hey, look, I feel like we can give a 4th round pick for Shaq Thompson, man, and we can get this game going on. Like right now, the Panthers are in fire sale mode. Take advantage, man. Let's be a buyer. Let's not just be a seller. Let's be a buyer. This trade deadline.
If I'm gonna get anybody from Carolina, man, I'm Derek Brown. What's the price?
Oh, Derek Brown, but I think Derek Brown still goes for a 3rd. But I mean, why not get both?
I would, bro. If they were asking for a 3rd, sign me up now.
Man, Brown he's not active for them though, man. He's not doing anything for them. They're in sell mode now. We all know they're in sell mode. You can sell them cheap.
He's a nose tackle, bro.
Hey, if we gave them Clee and we gave them Abram, they're expiring contracts. They want roster space and cap space. That's all they want.
Yeah.
In draft capital, they're tanking. Bryce Young to the Panthers. It's already in stone already.
Since you heard about Magic Johnson wanting to buy part of the Raiders, yes, I did hear about that. And me personally, I don't really care too much for it. I think that it's kind of fucking funny that people are looking at this organization more as a business investment than a competitive franchise. That's what I think. I think that it's pretty.
We talked about it, man, and we just to give little Raider Nation a little bit of insight. It's a big it's since we got the curse police on here, it's a big crap show. It's a big crap show finna hit the fan with the Daniel Snyder thing. Yeah. There's not one black owner in the NFL. If you have Magic Johnson being the face of the Raiders, it looks good for the shield. You understand? We have to read the tea leaves here, man. Don't let them fool you now. Don't let them fool you.
That's a fact, man. But listen, man, this was always, bro. This shit's always fun as fuck when we do this, man. Always hella fucking fun, dog. So
hey, we need to do this Sunday after the game. You're gonna get the real me on Sunday after the game. I'm at my brother's game right now. Get me Sunday after we just lost or won, and it's gonna be a whole ball game.
You know what? I'll send you the link tomorrow. Then I'll send you the link tomorrow. I'm be on with our brother Raider Primos on here. He'll be on here with me. But I'll send you that, and then when we're done, when the game's over, hopefully we'll be all happy and smiles. I'll let you talk your shit when you come back home, bro.
All right, for sure, bro. I love you, be Andy, man. I'll see you later, bro.
Yes, sir. Be smooth, y'all. Shout out to the Red Nation. As always, man. Love y'all, and we out, yo.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams